Cam Newton and the Jacksonville Jaguars taking on Trevor Lawrence and the Indianapolis Colts.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Sunshine State and TIAA Bank Field here in Jacksonville. Tonight, we finish off Week 4 with a good Monday night matchup between the Indianapolis Colts and the Jacksonville Jaguars. Alongside my partner, Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you look at this Jaguar team. The losers their last time out, so they'll look to make amends here. Two 1-2 teams, each hoping to get back to 500, and we're underway in Week 4. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. So here's the first drive now for the Jags. They'll have Cam Newton calling the shots. The big man under center at 6'5", nearly 250 pounds.
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers? 1 touchdown, 1 pick, but obviously a loss. Yeah, that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe leans on a few other parts of the offense, and hopefully springs a receiver or two free.
And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Now Newton. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Colts TD. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense. So as they take it over, we step aside. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. Taken in at the 3. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. So time to see Jacksonville again on offense for the 2nd time here in this game. Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. And he'll get this up to about the 40. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. The Jaguars at 1-2 through the first 3 weeks of the season, and they fell in the opener. Got back on the beam with a win in week 2, but stumbled again last week to fall under 500.
And despite that stumble, I don't think anyone's too concerned because they've made mistakes that they believe are correctable. And this is a team still getting to know each other. I'm not that concerned, and neither are they.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. Newton looking to throw on 3rd and 1. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. First time that they called his number tonight, and it gets him a first down.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Now Cam, option left. And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Colts territory. 2 yards the gain on the keeper, and it's 2nd down.
Typically on the read option play, when we talk about responsibilities, we're talking about what the quarterback has to go through. How about the inside linebacker, though? His job on this play, shadow the quarterback and hold him to a short gain. Did it to perfection.
And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
We're backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first.
Throwing on 3rd down, Newton. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Johnston. And they stop him up short of the first down as they get him at about the 43.
Going for it, here's Etienne.
And he's not going to get the first. I don't even think he made it back to the line of scrimmage. So the Colts now coming out for their opening drive.
They're led by the #1 overall pick in the 2021 draft, Trevor Lawrence. And the pressure gets to Lawrence, and he'll go down.
Josh Allen in there to bury him for a loss of 11. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21.
Here's Lawrence to throw.
Hunter Henry brings it in. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
Now Lawrence.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss.
On 4th down, on is Logan Cook to punt. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. 42 yards on the punt, just 2 on the return. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
And they'll begin by running the option.
And he'll be tackled just past the 35 at the 36. From the 36, Newton over the middle, it's complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Newton on 1st down.
And this is incomplete. Very lucky to get that one back. That nearly picked. It's 2nd down now.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Newton. Here's Higgins out of the right side.
And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though. Over the middle, complete. That's Johnston.
And he will have a Jaguars 1st down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1.
We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on 1st quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
These are his numbers from last week's contest. 6 catches, 86 yards.
And they think they have a matchup advantage in this one. They're going to try and find some space for him to work and make sure he touches the football.
And he lost the football. And the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
It is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you've talked about in all your preparation for the game. You probably talked about this training camp. Knock the ball free, take it away from the other team, and now you have that chance. It's a little bit of deflation when they end up recovering it.
They knocked it free, but couldn't take it away. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down. Here's Newton.
And that nearly intercepted. Boy, for a guy known for his hands defensively, that's a ball he probably thinks he should have come up with. But instead, it's 4th down.
And his kick is indeed good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3.
So that kick gives them their first points of the game, CD, and it comes on the 3rd drive, but hopefully for them that's a spark that gets that offense going.
Yeah, and I would say if you're the offensive play caller, as you look at your sheet, You're trying to find that part on there that unlocks bigger points. They've struggled with a few drives so far, finally got 3 out of it. How do you find the end zone? That's what he's searching for now.
They'll run with Taylor to begin the drive. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. The numbers for him from a week ago: 21 carries, 76 yards, and a touchdown.
And we all know he had a big workload last week, so I'm eager to see if they decide to back him off a little bit. Personally, I hand it to him 20-plus times again. When a running back's locked in like he is.
Going to Woods, but that pass is intercepted. It's C.J. Henderson picking it off. And the Jaguars are going to take possession of the football. So problems with errant passing continuing. Remember, he threw 2 picks in the loss last week, and now another here in this first quarter.
And sometimes, partner, this is the result of a quarterback who's simply trying to do too much. Feels like he's trying to make up for what he did last week, and you can't do it all on one throw.
And this is caught at the 8. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. That one good for 17 yards, and now they've got it 1st and goal.
And they'll run with Etienne.
Slipped 1 tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. It's 2nd and goal, back to the 8-yard line now. Hammering for the goal line. He loses the football. And I do believe this is going to wind up a safety. It is. It's a safety. How about that for a wacky play? I'm not even going to try to unpack that one.
Good move. Let's just leave that one alone, shall we?
Cat's got our tongue here in the booth. An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Following the fumble recovery, Newton. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. To throw once more on 2nd and 10.
Newton, throw right side, pulled in by Higgins.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3.
They'll run with Etienne.
And he will have the 1st down as he's brought down up near midfield. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10.
And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Colts territory.
On 2nd down, a run with Etienne.
And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. They'll try and pick it up by running the option to the right. That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage.
Here's Tommy Townsend on to punt.
So here are the Colts to take over. They've got the lead right now here, trying to erase the memory of the loss last week to the Raiders.
A carry by Taylor to start the drive.
And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Looking to throw, Lawrence. Batted by the safety, but caught anyway.
And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. So they'll wind up losing 5 yards on the play. And it'll be a 3rd and about 13.
Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the 1st.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And right side, Henry's got it. And he's not going to sniff the 1st down here. He stopped at the 25. So 8 yards on the completion there, and that's going to make it 4th down. Here's Logan Cook now to punt this one away. 46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well.
On that punt, we've got a man shaken up. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive.
Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time, hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. It'll be a gain of 2 on the play, but they'll remain a few inches short here with third down looming. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
They'll try and pick it up by running the option to the right. Well, he's taken down, but not before picking up the first thanks to a flashy little spin move. 2 yards is the pickup, and that'll be good for a Jacksonville first down.
And while it's highly unusual for NFL teams to think about using their quarterback on key third down runs, none of those teams, save one, has Cam Newton. He's unique, one of the biggest quarterbacks you'll ever see. Give him the ball, let him pick it up.
Now a quick throw as that's complete on the hitch route.
ETN up the middle.
And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. 9 yards the pickup there, and it's a first down. Here's the option play now to the left. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Now it's Newton. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Johnston.
And they're going to get this up to midfield.
This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7. From the 50, Newton. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end.
And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. Here's Tommy Townsend now,
as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. And there's a work of art right there. Out of bounds at the 2-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb.
1st and 10, Taylor now.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Off the play fake. Here's Lawrence.
In trouble, and the ball's out. It's in the end zone loose. And this will be scooped up in the end zone. The defender gets there, and it's a touchdown. That's something you have to be wary of on your side of the field, that close to the goal line. The defense, they are looking for that football. They got it. They scored it.
You are so right, and the quarterback has to speed things up himself. So close to the goal line, they're going to get after you. Make sure you get rid of the football and in a safe place.
The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there. Grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. Indianapolis offense ready to go again.
And they'll be looking to start fresh. Just a moment ago, they were backed up, coughed up the football, and then saw it go the other way for 6 points.
I just wonder, partner, sometimes they put such an emphasis on things. And, you know, in that situation, as they ran out there, they were told, take care of the football, don't cough it up. And sometimes that's the last thing you hear, and that's exactly what you do.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. Now Lawrence to throw.
And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down. On third down, Lawrence. Right side complete. That's Woods. And he gets it here to right around the 24 before he's out of bounds. Here's Logan Cook now as he's on to punt for Indianapolis. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Oh, a heck of a move.
Man.
Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now. We'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. They will get 4 yards here on the first down run, and that'll make it 2nd and 6.
The defense thought they had that play covered, but it still got driven backward by those blockers. Those types of plays are a key part of any team's offensive game plan. It all starts up front in the trenches.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Throwing is Newton. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. Just a gain of a couple there. And it's 3rd and 4 now. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Here's Newton. He finds his man, complete. It's Johnston. And he is going to have a Jags first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That's a big conversion there on 3rd down because they did not want to give the ball up here late in the half. They'd love to take the clock all the way down and score. This will definitely help the cause.
The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. On 1st and 10, Newton. That's taken in by Higgins. And they're going to get this up to midfield. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
Throwing again is Newton. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts 35. Instead of a 3rd and 1 run, they go pass, and they get 12 yards out of it. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room. Now with 5 seconds left, not really enough time to run another play and then stop it. So on comes the field goal unit. And this one is right through. And that now makes this a 15-7 game. So a capper there to a pretty good first half.
And I love the way that they put a chokehold on the clock and pretty much drained everything before they put the field goal on the board as they headed into the half.
So we have reached halftime here in what's an 8-point game. As we send you a couple hours south of here to Orlando, that's where we check in with a coach and our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. From there, we head over to the West Coast. Check out the Niners at home at Levi Stadium. And they were winners in their ball game over the visiting Buffalo Bills.
And we'll jump right over halftime and keep the game going here in Week 4. Second half kickoff, ready to go. This will be fielded inside to 5.
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. Out come the Colts. They'll have it first here to start quarter number 3. But, Charles, we saw a pretty entertaining first half, close ball game. Remember there toward the end of the second quarter, the opposition scored to take the lead. Now we'll see if these guys can get a score of their own to regain that lead.
Yeah, they want to have that type of a response, don't they? Because they want to find a way to take control of this ball game one more time. Gauntlet's been thrown down. They want to see if they're ready to answer it.
They go play action now. Lawrence.
And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Here's Lawrence. And the pressure gets to Lawrence, and he'll go down.
He couldn't get away there on 3rd down. The pressure too much, and he's sacked for a loss of 12. Here's Logan Cook now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. 46 yards on the boot. The coverage holds him to just 3 on the return.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
So here are the Jaguars to take over on offense. They were losers to New England a week ago. Now they find themselves in the lead here as they start 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
A shotgun snap and a give to Etienne. And he'll be tackled at the 45 following a gain of just 2. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
Newton on 3rd down. Dancing to his left. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
John Kaminsky
coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it also brings up 4th. And the Jaguars send out their punter as he's on here to punt it away. That'll be a 44-yard boot, just a yard on the return as he's covered up quickly. And the Colts are going to take over, albeit deep in their own territory.
Indy set to go on offense once more.
And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive.
My man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire late at night.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Another try after the first down sack.
Lawrence.
Catch made here by Campbell. Call it a gain of a yard. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
Lawrence. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. It's C.J. Henderson picking it off.
And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
So that a real wrench thrown in now for this offense. They're trying to make a game of this in the 3rd quarter, but that is not going to help.
Yeah, partner, probably should have used a different tool on that play, right? That ultimately is the kind of play where you could lose a ball game instead of being in a position to win.
No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. And the lead is up to 15 now. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. So already not the best to kick returns there, but that penalty, that adds insult to injury and backs him up even closer to the goal line.
Yeah, not ideal field position to begin a drive, is it? Because...
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Jags grab it. And this one will be brought back to the 22. These defenses have become so opportunistic, and no matter what you're playing, in this case, wide receiver, you got to be careful.
Certainly do, because there is a phrase in today's football that we use all the time, completing the process of the catch. Well, it's after you do that where the trouble begins, right? Meaning you've tucked it away, you're trying to get downfield, but someone's always coming up trying to rake at the ball and knock it free.
And they'll run on the inside handoff.
And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
Newton. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And that's good for a gain of 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
A give, it's ETN off the option.
And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown.
Travis Etienne, his 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Jaguars have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. So they're able to capitalize there on the short field, and that might prove to be the score that turns out the lights.
The party's over. Oh, sorry about that. That's an old reference there, folks. But, yeah, they've been the better of the two teams by far, and that's great complimentary football right there. Defense gets the turnover, sets up the short field, and the offense goes right out and scores to open up a pretty sizable lead.
Extra point right down the middle, and the lead opens up now to 22 points. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19.
Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
On 2nd down, it's Taylor.
Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Lawrence will throw. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. And the Jags are going to take possession of the football. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is a team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
On 2nd and goal, here's the option.
And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Cam Newton, his 5th touchdown now on the year.
And the Jaguars get another 3rd quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. So another touchdown there, and even though we're still just here in the 3rd quarter, kind of hard now to see them giving up this lead.
And this is just an offense that's imposing its will right now. You name it, they're able to do it. If you're the play caller, whatever you want to select is there. You want to run it, you want to throw it, pick a play, any play. They're rocking and rolling right now.
Point after, right down the middle. And that'll to push the lead up to 29 now. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
Taken in at the 3. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
Here comes the Colts offense now as they make their way onto the field.
Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD. And if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Now Lawrence.
Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. The sack recorded. It's a loss of 5, and now it's 2nd down.
Well, collectively as a defense, Charles, I think if you get 4 sacks a game, you're feeling really good. Now they have 6 as a unit.
And that type of a number, it's just staggering because there's so many ways to try and counteract it. But in this case, they've got no answers for this unrelenting pressure coming at their quarterback.
Lawrence's throw taken in by Ridley here.
So give him 2 yards there on the completion. And that'll make it 3rd and 13. Looking to throw. Lawrence. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception.
And the Jaguars are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield.
Very good starting field position for the Jaguars offense as they come up 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 49.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45. Off the option, here's Etienne.
And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
To throw is Newton. Now they go screen. It's complete. Good contain. No gain on the screen, and it'll bring up 4th down.
And I know that one didn't work out the way they thought, but I don't think it was a bad time to call this play. You're thinking on 3rd down, you might possibly see some pressure. You might see a blitz. So they tried to set up the screen, but that one was well read, and they stopped them for no gain.
On is the punter Townsend as he gets this one away.
And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback.
The Colts getting another possession here on offense. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
2nd down, another run with Taylor. And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
A 3rd down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground.
And my goodness, another interception. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Well, what has been a fantastic game for this defense has been rough for this offense, and certainly a signal caller, Charles, that's thrown all these interceptions. Another one there, and this one taken all the way back for the score.
Partner hoping to hold a nice little spot in the post-game highlights to show this rip of interceptions and great plays this group has made. They've been on it from snap one.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive.
Well, it's been a struggle so far for this offense, Charles. It's not only that they haven't been able to put the points up, but really stringing yards together has been a real issue for them in this one.
I'm so glad you brought up the yardage because I was thinking to myself, lopsided contest, but in almost all of them, both offenses have put up at least 200 yards in a game, but not in this one. This has been a display of offense that, frankly, I think the two of us have watched from behind our hands, trying to spread our fingers wide enough to actually see the result.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Back to throw. Lawrence. And the Jags get to him as down he goes. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on 1st down on the sack.
Guys with his talent in the pocket aren't supposed to be getting hit like this, and you know an intense conversation with the offensive line is going to occur after this one. Might not be from him, but the offensive line coach will have plenty to say about this game.
And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to 3rd down. Well executed there on 2nd down, so do you go back to the air on 3rd?
Well, that's a possibility, but now you've opened up things to where you showed that you would run the ball in long-distance situation. You might come back again because I doubt they believe you'll do it a 2nd time.
And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 40. From the shotgun, Lawrence. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34. To throw again on 2nd down, Lawrence. And he'll just get rid of it. The Colts on 3rd down, just a 20% success rate at 2 of 10. This is 3rd and 4. But to throw again is Lawrence. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. Here we go. Got to have it. Lawrence. A high throw there as this is knocked away, down to the ground and incomplete. The Colts unable to convert here on 4th down. And the Jaguars are going to take possession here on the turnover on downs. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Now ETN to start the drive. And this defense able to plug him up there as he'll get a yard to the 35. So that time they got the left guard with a hold.
And let's face it, in today's ball, you might have that 330-pound guy you're supposed to clear out of there. You might need a little bit of extra help by grabbing the jersey and trying to ride him out.
Now on 2nd and 13, Newton. And he'll spot Higgins open left side. So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And it'll be a 3rd and about 13. Straight ahead, ETN. And he'll get this to the 40, but that's still going to be a few yards short of the 1st down. So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
And a nice job here to down this one right on the 5-yard line. Now, if you're a fan of punting, this game's for you. He's been out there quite a bit. That one maybe his best yet.
Yeah, he certainly got his leg loose by now. It kind of reminds me of my college football coach, John Majors. He loved the punting game because he liked the positioning, the field position, and he loved to play defense.
On 1st and 10, it's Lawrence.
And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Lawrence.
And this will be swung out wide for Taylor.
And they'll bring him down right around the 13. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. 3rd and 2, now Lawrence. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
Here's Logan Cook now, standing about a yard deep in his own end zone. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. 43 yards on the punt, return of 4, and out will come the offense as they take over.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field. You just kind of feel for the defense right now, this deficit. They have not been able to stop them the entire game, Charles. And some hands on hips, some long faces out there on the defensive side. They're like, oh, my gosh, we got to face these guys again here.
Yeah, people don't understand how hard it is when you're on the side that's being dominated to keep your head up and continue to play hard. And that's what they're going through right now, trying to find that pride inside of them to allow them to continue to fight, even though they are down huge in this game.
And he's taken down at the 50 after a short gain of 2. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. It's a 9-yard gain, and it'll keep the drive moving.
They run the option here on 1st and 10.
And he got blown up, losing yardage on the play back at the 44. So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. And some room to maneuver. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
I guess when you look back on it, it was just a matter of time until he popped a big one like that. And, you know, at halftime, you and I discussed it. They'd done a nice job on him in the first half. But there were a couple of occasions where it felt like he might wiggle out of traffic and take it to the house. Finally here in the second half, that got done.